Hey, it's another little Wayne bite, just a little taste of this and that. Today I'm making some hybrid cookies. They're sort of half coconut, half chocolate, but all oatmeal. And they're because I only had a certain amount of ingredients left in the house to actually make them. But they're really good, so I'll show you how to make them. Before we get started though, just a reminder, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll get more recipes, craft projects, travel tips, even restaurant reviews, all in the same spot. Just subscribe to my channel and then click on the notification bell so you always know when new videos are coming out. So let me show you how these crazy cookies go together. We're making 2 cookie doughs. The chocolate dough starts with 1 cup of flour. Add to that 3 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Mix that together and just set it aside. In my mixer, I have got 1 stick of softened butter cut in thirds, mix in 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, one-half cup of brown sugar, and cream it together. To that, add 1 large egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now gradually add in the flour a little at a time. Then add in 1 1/4 cups of Old-Fashioned Rolled Oats, and 1 1/2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Mix until just blended, and then comes the fun part. Transfer this dough to a piece of parchment paper and wet your fingers in a bit of water and press it into a log about 18 inches wide. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now roll it up nice and tight and place it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. We'll do the second cookie dough the same way. Start with 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and just mix that together and set it aside. In my mixer again, I've got 1 stick of softened butter cut in thirds. Mix in 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and cream them together. To that, add 1 large egg, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1/2 teaspoon of sticky honey. Gradually add in the flour mixture, a little at a time, then add in 1 1/4 cups of Old-Fashioned Rolled Oats and 1/2 cup of shredded coconut. Once fully blended, you'll do the same thing. Transfer this dough to a piece of parchment paper and press it into a log 18 inches wide. Roll it up nice and tight and place it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. So it's been about a half an hour since I put these in the refrigerator. What I'm going to do right now is actually unroll them, marry them together, and then roll them back up so they go in the refrigerator for another 45 minutes to an hour. So here's the chocolate one. What I'll do is I'll take this, gently peel it off. Yeah. I'll put it right next to it. And I'm going to squeeze these together. Get rid of that paper. And I'm going to roll these together as one. Now that's going to go back in my refrigerator for about another 45 minutes to an hour. A little longer doesn't hurt. So it's been an hour now since I put these 2 guys in the refrigerator. Now they're all married together, they're nice and chilled, and now it's ready to put them in the oven. Unwrap them here, they look great. Now this should make about 36 cookies, which means this 18-inch log is going to be cut into little 1/2-inch slices. Now, to cheat a little bit, I actually made a little marker here that gives me my 1/2-inch slices. It makes it easier to make it consistent. So what I will do is, I'll first basically just cut this down in the middle, just like that. So we have 2 pieces to work with. And you can actually put 1 piece back in the refrigerator. It's going to take you some time to cook them all. But now what I'll do is, with my little marker there, I'll turn it this way so you can see it. I'll just basically line this up here, and I'll cut them into 1/2-inch slices. So just like that, like that. Well, I'm not 100% accurate there, but getting close. Close enough. Nobody's gonna count my cookies to make sure I counted exactly the right number. So there we go. All right, so some are larger than the others, so it's not quite the most consistent thing. But now each one of these is gonna go on a cookie sheet. Now what I've got, I'll put like one there. And again, you wanna shape them more back into a circle so they're nice and even when you put them in there. And again, you want them consistent. Mine aren't obviously consistent. I didn't get them completely accurate, but still, it'll be okay. Now, I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. These are gonna go in there for about 12 to 14 minutes. And here are my little hybrid cookies. Aren't they fun? I love it. You know, I only cook one rack at a time when I cook my cookies rather than stacking them on top of each other. So I've got 2 more to go to do my full 36 batch, but it won't take long at all. Now, while that first batch was baking, I did a much better job of cutting all the next pieces to a uniform size. Well, here are my cookies. They turned out great. They're coconut on one side, they're chocolate on the other, and they're oatmeal throughout. Really nice combination. And I'm not actually going to eat these. Well, truthfully, I ate 2 of them already and gave one to a friend of mine who happened to be passing by outside my back door. But other than that, the rest of them are going to go to a friend of mine who's working on the COVID-19 effort. So they're going to be leaving my house pretty soon. Anyway, all the information you need is down below in the information section. Please check it out and let me know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Also, leave me your comments. I love to hear what you think about this recipe as well as others you'd like to see in the future. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for spending time with me again today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.